Okay, I haven't really watched this video clip all the way through. It's just a short. I caught the beginning. I thought it would be interesting to, bring it up because it ties in with the topic of the Talmud and how I almost finished this damn book.
Earth. Okay. I also think the difference between we are the dumbest smart people on earth. Okay. I also think the difference between Jews and Christians is that if someone grew up Christian and now they're secular, what do you call them? Call them an atheist. They're not a Christian. If someone's not practicing and they don't believe in Jesus, they don't believe in God, they're not Christian. They're an atheist. And when someone's Jewish and they don't go to synagogue and they don't keep commandments and they don't care about Judaism, but they have a Jewish last name, what do you call them? A Jew. And so the problem is not that Jews are on the left. Religious Jews are...
All right. This is such a specious argument. It's unbelievably wrong. That's why it has millions of views. Jew is a race. The religion comes second. Okay? So just because you're non-practicing Jew does not mean you're not a Jew anymore. Just like a German is a Christian, but if they're not Christian, they're German. And now what she's trying to do is twist the mind to say that it's a religious right is the problem. And therefore pointing blame at Christian religious right for being the problem. Why? Because the Christian religious right is against the Jewish race. Because as I said, the religions are opposites. Christianity is an alternative to Judaism. No pride, no materialism, spirituality, for example.
Right wing. But unfortunately, most people are secular. And in the Torah, it says that God promises to make us as numerous as stars in the sky. And I've never taken that sentence.
You see that? God promised them to conquer which God? Not the Christian God. Their God. Their God is very different. And when you realize that Jews and Christians have a different God, things fall into place in the world so quickly. Or at least it did in my case last week. It's so much easier to understand the Iran affair. And just so much history that it was so perplexing to me. But especially the Old Testament. Because I had no idea why God was saving these people. They're awful, hard-hearted, full of vice, difficult people. I was like, why is God saving these people? It's so different than what I understand as Christianity. I had no idea, and I was so perplexed. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't. And then I realized, different God. And their God promised them to spread amongst the planet and enslave everybody. Because in their God promises them it's okay to kill and steal and lie as long as they don't do it to themselves. That's the code of a pirate, by the way. Pirate ships have that code. It's enmity against the world, but your own little group, it's us against them, and we're going to help each other. Like I said, the Ten Commandments. It's not to promote virtue. It's to restrict vice. If I had to make my own Ten Commandment as a person, it would be very different. Because I would not want to sleep with my neighbor's wife and steal and do all those things, I wouldn't. You wouldn't have to make a rule for me. And you go to Germany, I'm sure they'll feel the same way. You don't have to tell people 20 times not to sleep with animals. You don't have to. They have different rules.